Hi, I'm James. I'm making this video for people with the veranda linden fencing, because when they posted that stuff and in the booklet it's all worded wrong. So I'm trying to make a quick video so you guys can see how to put these up for the gating kit. So it'll make it easier on you guys. For one, when you put these posts up, you want to make sure to get you a good level like this. Put it on each side of the post and make sure it's level. As you see, it's level on this one, and if you put it up on this one, it's level as well. You can go around and check all the sides on both sides to make sure it is level, and I'm good all the way around. Second thing is, when you get done, when you're making that gate, you want to measure from post to post. So this is 52 inches to the top, 52 at the bottom, and yeah, it is 52 at the bottom. So you get done, you make sure it's nice and square and level on both ends. So after you get done with that, you have to subtract. The pamphlet says subtract 3 inches. That is totally wrong. You cannot go by the 3 inches. That paperwork should have said it's 1.5 inches for the gate. On a single hung gate, it is 3 inches for a double hung, to make room for the double hung gate. 1.5 inches per gate. So anyway, as we said, we measured in at 52 inches. So you take 1.5 inches off of that, leaving you with 50.5. So when you get done, your gate should be 50.5 inches. That leaves 1.5 inches room for your hardware. Your hardware is not very wide, but you also got the swing. So it makes enough room for all that, and any kind of, in case you make any mistakes or anything like that, the 1.5 inches does work good, and that's what was supposed to be put in there, but it wasn't. So anyway, the next step on making this gate I'm going to show is you taking and measuring it out, chopping it, marking it, and then putting the gate together. Measured each one of these posts so I could cut these down. I took off 1/8 of an inch just to leave a little clearance before I cut them to put that gate together. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these and start putting that gate together. Okay, so now we're down to the last piece. This has to be cut and pieced in. As you see, I used all the solid pieces that are 6 inches going all the way down. So you want to measure in between and get it. In my case, this was 2 inches. So I measured and pre-cut a 2-inch piece. I ran it straight down on a saw and cut it. So when you get your last piece, you take it and slide it in. Okay. Then you want to measure it again and make sure that everything came out to the measurements that you needed. Now that that's done, I'll put the top runner in, and then I'll be done. Now for this top runner, because you got to have enough room for them to slide, I always do the piece without the edges after I've cut it. does take a little bit to get it. Okay, now that that's in, just wipe this out, bring it down a little bit. As you see, I got a gap. That's because it's out of square. It's not a big deal. Take your fence and turn it. Now that it's done, you just run your screws in, you place up the hinges. I'll go ahead and get ready to do that now. Okay, I'm almost done here. But before I get done, I wanted you guys to see that once I tapped on each end and got it squared off, the best thing to use for these, which comes in the kit, are little white-headed screws that come with it, and use a number 2 square shank bit. So I'm running these last couple ones before I mount the bracket. Okay, next part will be me mounting the bracket. One last thing, when you're putting this together, you drill all these holes, going through, mark them with a marker, go back in and drill them. When you get done drilling them, you'll end up with not being able to put the backing on because the bolts are very, very close. So if you see here, I just put a rusty old C-clamp on it, pull it together, and you'll be able to get them in. You already got your holes drilled, the bolts will show through the bottom. The C-clamp, and it'll poke through enough where you can get those on. Just work that C-clamp from one side to the other until you get them all on. Okay, so if you notice, now the gap isn't as wide. It's perfectly gapped on each side of the post, and all the stuff is in. I did mine with an inside swing with the handle on the outside and the lock on the inside, but you notice that everything came out good and everything looks good. So there you go.